Hi everyone, my name is Christy Martinez and I'm a specialist with the Reading Language Arts Department. Today I'm here to talk to you about annotation. Annotation is simply marginalia or notes or comments we write or jot down on a piece of text. It is an action meant to enhance a reader's understanding of a text. How, you might ask? It comes back to a word that I've explained to many students over the years. That word is metacognition. It may sound like a challenging word, but it basically means that you are thinking about your thinking. When we take the time to read and think about our reading, we can engage more of our brain when we write about what we've read. So, some people like to highlight or underline, but my favorite technique is called a handful. When I stop and write down notes on a piece of text I am reading, I try to limit myself to 5 words or less. I may do this once for longer paragraphs, or I might combine shorter paragraphs before I write my handful. So here's a piece of text I will read. I will show you how I annotate. Tiny plastic, big problems. Okay, so I see there's probably a problem with little tiny pieces of plastic. Let's look at paragraph 1 together. Plastic bottles lying in the gutter, grocery bags tangled in branches. Food wrappers scuttling across the ground on a windy day. Although such examples of litter easily come to mind, they only hint at a serious and growing problem of plastic pollution, a problem mostly hidden from view. So I take the time to stop and think about what I've just read, and I try to put it into 5 words or less. Plastic pollution everywhere. Those were the words that I thought of when I read paragraph 1. The problem with plastics is that they do not easily degrade. They may break down, but only into smaller pieces. The smaller those pieces get, the more places they can go. So let me think. The small pieces travel. There's my annotation. Paragraph 3. Many pieces wind up at sea. Tiny bits of plastic float throughout the world's oceans. They wash up on remote islands. They collect sea ice thousands of kilometers from the nearest city. They even meld with rock, creating a whole new material. Some scientists have proposed calling it plastiglomerate. So a lot of this plastic is ending up in the ocean. I probably want to jot down some notes about that. Plastic pieces get into the ocean. Exactly how much plastic is out there remains a mystery. Scientists are hard at work trying to find out. So far, though, experts haven't found as much plastic floating in the ocean as they expected. All that missing plastic is worrisome because the smaller a plastic bit becomes, the more likely it will make its way into a living thing, whether a tiny plankton or an enormous whale, and that may spell some real trouble. So there's my mystery about where the plastic goes. That's what I wrote down as my annotation for that last paragraph. So again, you're just taking this idea that when you read and you think about your reading, you are using a different part of your brain when you write about what you read, and it doesn't need to be a complete sentence. It can just be a few words to encapsulate what you were reading about. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure working with you today.